Hi everyone, nice to meet you again. My name is Mareike. I'm a beer sommelier, a craft beer blogger, and a certified member of the Masters of Beer. And I want to welcome you here at Salzburg at the live tasting from Kalea. And we have today our Claudio. Hello, Claudio. He is our chat manager, Peter. Hi.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for inviting me today.
Yeah, perfect that you are here. So please ask questions in the comments. Peter or Claudio will answer or ask us the questions. We have two nice special guests here, and I think you are thirsty. Let us see which beer we taste today together. So we have the 12th of December. Oh. Let's see. Surprise, surprise. Oh, wow. It's a Weizenbock from the Ladenburger Brewery. It's one of my special beer types. So let us get in the guests. Liebe Gäste, habt ihr Durst? Hereinspaziert. Now they have to try our beer and not the mullet wine.
Hi.
Hi, Litzi. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice. Hi.
Please sit down. Hi, Michi. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, great that you are here. I'm fine, thank you. I'm very excited of the beer.
Me too.
So, want we first to pour in? What do you think?
Yeah, I love Weizenbock. So
Yeah, you are the gentleman.
Really great thing. Want to try this one today?
Yeah, Michi is a beer sommelier, like me. Litzi, you are also a beer sommelier. He's also a beer sommelier and a brewmaster.
Yes. Perfect.
Thank you. Nice color.
Really nice color.
What do you think at home about the color and the foam of this beer?
Nice pillowy head.
Okay, now I have the snow on my fingers, on my trousers. Yeah, maybe Michi. Could you tell us something about the Ladenburger Brewery?
Yeah, it's a brewery with many years of tradition. It was founded in 1789 in a small town between Stuttgart and Munich. So it's in the south of Germany. And the family Ladenburger owns the brewery for, I think, 8 generations now. So, lots of tradition, and I hope it's a really nice beer.
Yeah, I hope so too. Maybe we can, what do you think about the color? I think it's a beautiful golden color.
Dark golden color, yeah.
Maybe a bit in amber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's clear.
That's really nice. Yeah, it's pretty clear for a Weizenbock.
And it's a nice foam.
Yeah.
I think it's very creamy.
Pillowy, really nice.
Maybe we can
smell.
Guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice banana notes.
The typical notes of
banana, cloves. Oh, there's a question.
First question.
Claudio?
Mareike, may you forward me, pass me one can as well? It's hot here in the clouds.
Yeah, he needs also a beer, I think. Who wants to pour Claudio also a beer?
So we have another glass?
He has a glass.
I'm coming.
Perfect. You're a good gentleman, Michi.
Thank you.
That's great. So, Michi, how is it in the cloud?
Thanks a lot, Michael.
You're very welcome. It's really, really nice. Enjoy.
Cheers, Claudio.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers to everyone.
Okay, maybe we say cheers again and then take the first sip.
3 glasses.
So we have 7.4% alcohol.
But it's not sweet.
No, it's not so sweet. And it has a very high drinkability for 7.4% alcohol.
Absolutely. you won't notice it when you don't know it.
So Michi, we see on the can there's an eagle. Do you
Yeah.
know where there's an eagle on the can for the brand?
The brewery was founded under a different name, and the name was Adlerbräu, which is Eagle Brewery when you try to translate it. And so, for traditional reasons, they chose the eagle as to label the beer or to label the can, and that's why it is.
Okay, nice. Good. Yeah, and what's a Weizenbock? I think many people think that a Bock beer is founded or first time brewed in Bavaria, but it's not right. So where?
They started brewing in a small town in the north of Germany, which is called Einbeck. And they had lots of success with the beer and grew, and they exported it to the south of Germany and even to Italy. And in those days, this was a big thing, I think. And so the Bavarian, kings, they
in the Munich Hofbräuhaus.
in the Munich Hofbräuhaus, they understood that the brewmasters in Einbeck, they do perfect beers, and they hired the brewmaster.
Yeah, from Einbeck.
From Einbeck.
Yeah.
And so the Bock came to Bavaria, to Munich, and the name.
You have to say the name.
The name is like Einbeck, which is a bit long when you describe a beer, and so Bavarian language over the years it changed from Einbeck to Bock.
In the old German language, Einbeck called Einpöck. So and then with the Bavarian dialect, from the word Einpöckisch beer comes the Bock beer. Yeah.
That's what the legend tells us.
The legend says, yeah. Okay, let's see. What do you think about this beer? About the taste? Do you like it? You're a brewmaster, so.
Yeah, sure. It's a very good beer. It smells big banana. Sorry. It smells very like banana. The color, it's very a helles beer.
Pale beer.
Sorry, my English is not so good.
No problem.
It's very tasty. Verleitet nach mehr.
Claudio.
Hello down to the world. I have a question from Kraus. He's asking, how is the banana taste coming into the beer? He mentions that this beer has a really, really good high banana taste.
Yes. Who wants?
Well, it's derived from the yeasts. So the top fermenting yeast, which is used to brew this beer or to ferment this beer.
Because it's a wheat bock.
Because
a
it's
Weizenbock.
Yes. It's a Weizenbock, and it's traditionally, or it's the recipe is to use top fermenting yeasts. And the top fermenting yeasts, they produce loads of chemical compounds when the beer ferments. And when you drink the beer, you can smell and even, of course, taste the flavors of these chemical compounds. And there's one which is very, very famous for the typical banana flavor, which is isoamyl acetate. I think.
Yes. Isoamylacetat
is the German word. So, but I think the word might be the same, but you can just look it up. And this is the reason for the strong banana flavors in this beer, and it's the yeast producing this chemical compound, which is an ester. Yeah.
Are there any more questions, Claudio?
Yeah. Does it mean that a Weizenbock has a stronger banana taste than a normal Weizen beer?
Well, I think a Weizenbock, for all the alcohol and the higher original gravity, is always more intense, and so maybe the banana flavors and the fruit flavors deriving from the yeast are a bit more intense. That's as what I would describe or suggest.
Yeah, maybe. Yes. Yes.
And you have to use at least 50% of Weizen malts, so Weizen wheat malts, and the rest is barley malts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the special thing about a Bock beer is, I don't know the English word, the Stammwürze.
Original gravity.
The original gravity, yeah, right, sorry. For a Bock beer, we have to have 16% high gravity. Original gravity. Yeah. And for a Doppelbock?
17.5? 18?
I think it's 18.
Yeah.
Litzy?
Maybe.
Yeah,
18.
you're the brewmaster.
18,
yeah. Perfect. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now at that time, a question, Claudio?
Yeah, there are quite a lot of questions coming in. So the people love this beer. I would like to say hello to Raphael Lauser. He's back home in the brewery and he cannot take part today, but he is on the chat. And I would like to ask him a few questions. Like there was one question from Glenn. He loves this beer a lot and he would like to visit the brewery. And he's asking if they have a brew pub next to the brewery where they can taste all the beers. Maybe Raphael can ask this question on the chat. And then, so far it's a great beer. For them, it's the strongest of the Advent calendar and one of the favorites there. Well done.
Nice, perfect.
Well done.
I think a Weizenbock, now it's the season for Weizenbock. So why now it's the season for Weizenbock? Why is it not year round? Because it's a great beer. And some breweries in Germany only makes Weizenbock in November, December.
Yeah, because it's cold and you have to, you're ready to enjoy intense beers, like, intense flavors and alcoholic beers which have a higher content of alcohol, of course. It's interesting as well when it comes to food pairing. So Christmas is time of, eating and enjoying life.
Yeah.
And so a Weizenbock is very, very interesting beer to pair it with food. And
I think before we come to the food pairing, I think the Ladenburger Brewery has a nice video for us. So maybe first we look at the video and I say, movie on.
Inmitten intakter Naturlandschaften im Süden Deutschlands brauen wir seit über 200 Jahren unser Bier, streng nach dem deutschen Reinheitsgebot. Wir verwenden ausschließlich beste Rohstoffe aus der Region und pflegen einen engen Kontakt zu unseren Lieferanten. Unser Brauwasser wird nach dem Grander-Verfahren belebt. Trotz Verwendung modernster Technik wird bei uns der gesamte Brauvorgang ständig auf althergebrachte Weise kontrolliert. Dabei legen wir besonderen Wert auf nachhaltige Produktion und zählen zu den modernsten und umweltfreundlichsten Brauereien in Deutschland. Gutes Bier braucht seine Zeit. Erst nach einer langen Gärung und Lagerung erlangt das Ladenburger Bier seine vollendete Reife.
Yeah, nice video. So I think we should say cheers again. Also to you at home. Cheers.
To the brewery.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. And yeah, what do you think? What's the best food pairing to this beer? So maybe people at home, what would you eat to this beer? So what do you think? What's the perfect pairing to this Weizenbock? And what do you think, Michi?
I think you can go with all melted cheeses. Mm-hmm. So raclette, for example, and maybe as well some kind of meat. What do you think?
A goose or a duck are very good
to
this beer.
Yeah.
With dumplings and
maybe a duck and orange sauce.
Red cabbage.
Yeah, should be really nice.
I think it's also great to some cheese. Mm-hmm. So maybe to Comté or Ziegenfrischkäse, goat cheese.
Goat cheese, yeah, absolutely. So I think it can handle intense flavors. Mm-hmm. So this makes the beer so interesting for food pairing that it can handle the the intense flavors of food.
Yeah, because the beer should not overpower the food. And maybe you can ask Claudio, are there any food pairing ideas from the community?
In fact, the community is asking as well the question which food you would like to recommend for this beer. We would be helpful if you can recommend us something.
Okay.
Hearty food, intense flavors, maybe a little like fruity things like the orange sauce for ducks or something.
Yeah, maybe also a pasta with a fruity tomato
Absolutely.
sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if they are like olives or anchovies in the sauce, should work.
Yeah. What do you think about sweets? Yeah, you're also a beer sommelier. So what do you think? Which cake is maybe a perfect pairing? Or Plätzchen? I don't know the word in English. Is there a word in English for Plätzchen? The Christmas cakes, Christmas cookies.
Yeah, Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
I think during Christmas time, it's always right to eat Christmas cookies and enjoy it with this beer. But as well, maybe like lemon tarts.
Oh yeah. Good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. And this beer is something special because they won the European Beer Star and also a medal on the World Beer Cup. I think it was the silver medal. So what do you think as a brewmaster or also as a beer sommelier, how important are such medals for the brewery?
Well, I think for a brewery, it's always very, very important as a marketing asset when you get those, because it's like the European Beer Star or the World Beer Cup. This is very hard competitions. So it's loads of breweries from all over the world competing. And when you get a golden or a silver or even bronze medal, it's it honors your beer quality. Of course, as a brewery, you try to deliver the highest the highest quality possible. And so absolutely. Even as for the production team, of course, it's it states something. It means something for them when you produce high quality and in comparison to other beers. And for marketing reasons, of course, it's very interesting.
Yeah, sure. Did you also won a medal with your brewery, Litzi? Habt ihr auch schon eine Medaille gewonnen?
Ja, ich bin ja momentan keine Brauerei mehr.
Ach so, okay. Let's say cheers. Perfect. Yeah, maybe Claudio, are there any questions in the chat?
Yes, maybe we can discuss about this. If you beer tasters have the idea, I'm coming back to the food pairing. They say Schweinshaxen fits to this beer. Do you really think Schweinshaxen is good?
Well,
yeah, why not?
It will work, but I would suggest maybe a different beer style, maybe a fresher beer and lighter beer.
I think a normal wheat beer.
Normal wheat beer, so no Bock beer, because Bock's very intense.
Yeah.
So regular wheat beer, or maybe even a traditional lager, like a Helles. Would be my suggestions, but go for it, try it, and you'll see.
Then I have Kent. His idea was spiced cake.
Absolutely. So this beer is spicy, eh? We talked about
the cloves.
Banana, cloves, so intense flavors. And absolutely. Spiced cake would be really nice.
Yes. Good idea.
Actually, there are a lot of good rates, and I have to say congratulations to Ladenburger Brewery. Maybe we can show the rating of the Brewers Advent Calendar. We have now the number 1.
Very good.
Thanks to all the rates. Join us here on the chat in a few minutes, we would like to choose a winner who has won the tasting glass set, and send us some more questions.
Yes, please. More questions. So yeah, what is important about to know about a Weizenbock? I don't know. I think we said all about the brewery and about the beer. Do you have any ideas? What's still important for our guests?
Well, for me, it's a very, very interesting beer style because it's intense, but it has a high drinkability. And for me, this is a perfect combination because, of course, a lager is refreshing or a dark beer is like roasted and so, but the complexity of wheat beers, and this is like a bock is always a bit more intense than its original or a regular wheat beer. So you get a really nice tasting experience, but high drinkability. And I think this is the art of the brewmaster to like balance
the alcohol.
And
the taste, yes.
Yeah.
In Bavaria, we would say it's a beer the beer is hinterfotzig. Yeah.
So you won't notice the alcohol.
Yeah. So beer with a high alcohol, but yeah, you don't feel the alcohol.
And even the carbonization helps to,
it's very smooth.
Yeah,
smooth,
it's very, very smooth.
Yeah.
Maybe even creamy. Yeah. So when you consider the mouth feel, it's very, very soft and it's really good.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Claudio, are there more questions in the community?
Yes, Michael, maybe you can answer it, or Raphael. Do you know other styles? Which beers do the brewery next to the Weizenbock brew? I know the Weizenbock is one of the most popular ones, and I guess they're brewing it now all the year. It's not a seasonal beer anymore because it's so popular. But next to the Weizenbock, which beer do the brewer too?
Which the Ladenburger Brewery or generally? Oh, they do a very traditional South German portfolio, traditional lager, which is of course very, very popular here and or in the south of Germany, and of course regular wheat beers. They do a Zwickel, which is a Keller, traditional Keller, so it's hazy. Maybe even a bit more hazy than this one. Yeah. And what do? They do a Pils, I think, a Pilsner. So, yeah, you see.
And a very good Pilsbock. There have it.
That's right. Absolutely.
A Pilsbock. Okay, interesting. Nice.
Yeah. So very traditional with some interesting specialties. So cool brewery. You had a participant of the chats who wanted to visit the brewery. I think this is a good idea.
There's one more interesting question. Someone doesn't know. The can says hell. I mean, we discussed a lot about the beer style Helles, the German beer style Helles. But in combination with Weizen beer, there are differences. Hell doesn't mean Helles. Maybe you can explain the difference of Weizen beer.
Yeah, sure. So hell is, in the German language, it's the word for light. So it's brewed with light malts. So the light malts, they are like kilned on a pretty low temperature, though they don't have any like roast flavors.
No roast flavors.
No roast flavors.
Yes.
And so you have in light beers, you always have a bready, traditional, international lagers flavor. And as the counterpart, you have the dark beers. You have, of course, the dark lagers, which are very traditional in Bavaria as well. And of course, you can produce a wheat beer with dark roasted malts as well. So you get a more intense malt flavor in the beer. But here it's produced, with light malts and as well like a caramel malts as well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or aroma
Munich
malt,
malt or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And so you get a bit more powerful body, just to balance all yeast flavors and the intensity of the beer.
Another thing, what's the difference between a normal Weizen beer and a Bock beer? When is it? How is it coming so strong? What are doing the brewers? Is the
You want to answer it? Shall I? Well, they produce a wort, with more sugars. So they use more malts, and they get a higher original gravity, which is, for example, when you have a traditional light German or international lager, it's more or less 12% original gravity, so 12% sugar in the wort or in the liquid before the yeast comes into action. And so you get a certain amount of alcohols and of course of body, of intensity. And as we already mentioned, when you try to brew a Bock beer, or when you're brewing a Bock beer, you use more malts, and so you have a higher original gravity, like for example here maybe 16 or 16.5.
Yeah, and then more alcohol.
More alcohol, more body, but it's all steered by the amounts of malts you use when you brew it.
Yes.
And is it true that Bock beer, the older they are, the better are becoming?
Good question.
Good question. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you have to try it at home.
Yeah.
Buy a fresh one.
Yeah.
And put one in the cellar for 1, 2, 3 years. And then try it.
Yeah, I think it's right to say when you want to age a beer, it's better to use a Bock beer or a beer with higher ABV.
Yeah.
When you got an international lager or you got a hoppy IPA, just drink it freshly.
Yes.
The earlier the better. But when you have these high alcohol beers, put them into your cellar, wait, and try it again in 5 years. Yeah. It's like a good red wine.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. It's very interesting. I wouldn't say it's better because there are new interesting notes in it because of the aging.
Yeah. So maybe it's not better, but possible.
Yeah, it's possible and it's very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. It's a nerd thing, I think.
And the brewers are experimenting with aging beers at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead. Just try it.
Try it.
And good luck.
More questions?
I'd just like to confirm one brewer told me once you have to storage a Weizenbock 6 to 7 years and then it's coming better. Like once they brew it, it's really great, then it's going down the taste, and after 5, 6 years it's going up and then it tastes like a Bailey or something like this. In this case, you confirm this question?
Well,
I don't know. I never tried a Weizenbock who's aged 7 years.
Yeah, me neither, I think.
I don't know.
But the aging takes place in different periods. So, and it's always something changing in the beer. The flavor is changing in a completely different way. So when you might be might get another result when you age it for 2 years, and then try it again after 5 years. But it's even difficult to conserve your beer for 7 years. Maybe on a nice evening, you're very thirsty, and
Yeah, I agree.
then it's all done. But I'm not sure. Just go ahead and try it. But it could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Then I would say, cheers again. Okay, your beer is empty. Oh, a question, yes?
Actually, I have no question anymore, but I would like to announce the winner of
Oh,
the
yeah.
yesterday show.
Yes, please.
It was the Arizona Beer Geek. He has won 6 glasses of the original beer tasting glasses. Congratulations.
Have fun with these glasses.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
And please join, send us questions, rate on the beer tasting app. Tomorrow you will win again one of these glass sets.
Nice idea. So, yeah. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Maybe you tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks a lot for
I
having
think
us.
now we drink another beer,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.